What up, YouTube? Knives and Gear Insights here with another short unboxing first impression video of a knife that I just recently picked up. I got it together in a bundle with another budget knife and a really expensive knife from Fred the Lug, and he gave me a really good deal on all three together, like a really nice bundle deal. And today we're looking at the Bestechman Guardian, which has an interesting blade shape. When I saw this knife, excuse me. When I first saw this knife when it was released, I was like, oh, I want to pick up one because the blade shape is just cool. So we got the Bestechman Guardian, sorry, the Bestechman or Bestech's budget brand. With it's a button lock, so we got all blacked out steel liners here. You can see we got a black backspacer here, black pocket clip, all the way around T6 hardware. As you can probably tell, you got the Bestechman or Bestech logo here. Nice black button, blacked out blade, T8 pivot, and deployment method on this one is, of course, the button. You can use the button, you can swing it open, or you can use the thumb hole or finger hole for the reverse flick. So the blade is out, so we can see that. It's D2 steel blade, so it's not an expensive knife. I believe that it's under $50, or it's right at $50 or so, what it's on the website. I will look it up. I will link it in the description for wherever I can find it online. I don't know yet. I haven't really looked where this is available. I know Blade HQ was carrying this and a few other retailers as well. But yeah, it's a great knife. And if you look, I don't know if you can see this in my camera, but if you look at this G10 in person, it just looks amazing. It kind of is like this shredded G10 look that Civivi made on their, I can't remember what the knife was. And this reflects as well. It looks phenomenal under light, especially probably under sunlight. It would probably even look better. I don't know if my camera can pick this up very well. Let me see. You can see some reflection, but overall, yeah. So you can see this blade shape is like a gnarly, I would say, almost. I love this little swedge here, the way this blade is. You got a nice forward choil here, so you can use it even there. You got I wouldn't call it a poon, but you got some kind of swedge up here too as well. I wish the jimping would extend into this a little bit, but I mean, it's a budget knife. It's not that big of a deal. Button lock, super smooth, great action. D2 steel, of course, is a little bit more budget steel. But like I said, this knife is also $50 or under, I believe. I don't know as of right now. I haven't really Googled this knife lately, so I don't know where their pricely are. But I would assume just because of the D2 steel, they're not that expensive. But yeah, overall, a super nice knife. This blue is kind of like a blue mixed in with a little purple, maybe, I'd say. Logo wise, you got the little print on the blade. You got the D2 print on the so you got on the blade on the back side, so you don't have too much billboarding on it. Got that little Bestechman logo on here on the pivot. Overall, a really decent knife. If you're budget oriented, if you don't have too many funds, I would say it's probably a good pickup. And like I said, I got it in a bundle. I wanted this knife so to look at, to check out anyways. So I figured, why not? And he gave me a really good deal on it. Let's go over some specs here real quick. Let's do the weight. I believe this could be about 4 ounces, but I could be wrong. Wow, okay, I'm wrong again. 3.64. I'm bad lately in getting the weight right on knives. So let's do overall length. I believe this is not a full-size knife, but it's not too far off from being a full-size knife. It's about what is that? 7 5/8 long. You got a blade length of a little shy of 3 1/4. You got a cutting edge of just at 3 inches, right at 3 inches, due to the forward choil. So you got also a really good sharpening choil there as well. I mean, this is massive. So if this wasn't there, you would be running into really big problems. You can see this. So this is really wide, but since the choil goes much further, you still have quite a bit of life left here on sharpening. So it's not too bad. I wish they would have done this a little bit better with flatter, not not far extending like they do here on this one. But it's fine. Like I said, you still got plenty of of blade left here to sharpen. Overall, I have large hands. Um, it's very similar. I have a full four-finger grip, even like when I hold it in the back. But if I go to forward choil, so I got much more. You can see in the handle, much more handle grip left. So let's do some size comparisons to knives that are very similar to this one. Not similar blade shape, but very similar overall knife. Like you can see actually they are matching very well here with the porcupine in overall the two choils that we have here in the handle and also in the blade. So it's very similar design. Actually holds very similar to the like the porcupine as well. Difference is the blade shape, of course, and the size is a little bit. The porcupine is a little bit smaller, but overall you got very similar design language on these two. Let's do the Fentiso Cobra here, which is one of my favorite budget knives and amazing price as well on this one. So you can see the Cobra is a little bit smaller than the Bestechman Guardian as well. What else do we have? We got the CBB Neurohaptic here. Really large knife in comparison. And then we got the ProTech Mordax here, also much larger, quite a bit larger than this one. But again, it's very similar design language on these two as well. Of course, due to the handle length and to the knife length, everything is a little bit pushed forward, but very similar when it comes to the choils. So you have very similar ergos on these knives. And what else do we have? Let's take my freshly built Manix. Again, very similar. I mean, the Manix 2 is unbeatable in ergos. Like, they have nothing better in ergos than my Manix 2. And I really enjoy this knife. I'm really happy I built this knife for what I spent on it. I spent quite a bit on it. But yeah, I'm really happy I did. And then here we got the Nav Slander. So you can see definitely another small knife. And much different than this one here. But yeah, overall, I'd say I'm not sure. Like I said, would have to Google the price. I will link it in the description, of course, where I can find it for sale. But I think this is definitely should be on the material wise. It should be under $50. But you know, Bestech sometimes goes a little overboard in their prices. Happens occasionally. But since this is Bestech, man, they're more budget oriented brand actually than Bestech itself. So I hope that this is definitely under $50. It should be, in my opinion. But yeah, I would definitely still recommend this knife if you want to pick it up. If you like this design, I mean, I dig it. I really like this design. Overall, especially the blade shape. I'm a fan of Wharncliffe blades. So definitely something. I would call this a Wharncliffe, even though it's got this wedge in here. But it's definitely still in my book. It's still a Wharncliffe blade. And so I would definitely recommend this if you want to pick it up. I will link it in the description where I can find it. And if you like my content, please comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you.